Okay, we're back with Alessia Rustani, who is an independent market trader at leadingtrader.com. Usually has something spicy to serve up in terms of the financial markets. What's on your mind today?
First of all, thanks for having me again, Zach. Good to be on your show.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, to be honest with you, my first thought was to come here and talk about the FTSE and the euro. But given what happened to the British pound last night when the UK election result, and I'm sure people are watching this by now, know what the result is. I wish I was talking about the British pound, which shot up. But
to be fair, we did do a webinar last week, and you did call it higher. I think we both agreed on that. So okay, well next up is.
Now this is actually my favorite setup right now. I would say this is probably one of my favorite setups. We have a slight disagreement, I think, on this one, Zach, because your levels. I think we agree on the direction. But I think we disagree on the levels. So just to recap, I'm looking at a chart of the euro-dollar here. Euro-dollar has had a tremendous decline since last year. We've seen wave 3 complete in March, potential wave 3. And wave 3, for those people who are not familiar with these terms, is the Elliott wave, which is essentially the most powerful, the most dynamic wave in a move, in a market trend. So that's why you see a number 3 there on the chart. Then once the wave 3 completed, we're now seeing this corrective move. So this is a profit-taking move. For those people who are short, they're taking their profits. And you're seeing a corrective wave, wave 4, to resistance. Now, this is where me and Zach kind of disagree. I think that the euro most likely will hold resistance near, where are we? So, yeah, so right now we're just under 1.14. I'm looking at the euro finding resistance at 1.15 to 1.16, and that's where I'm going to short the euro. But I think, Zach, you said that you expect the euro to go a bit higher.
Yeah, I think
the 1.2.
the 200-day averages, it was around 120 last week, and so maybe around 118, 19
right.
Towards there. Even if, I mean, it's got to be a pretty sick market, which obviously this is, to not be able to make an approach on the 200-day line on a like a dead cat bounce situation.
I will say this, I think, Zach, you'll agree with me. I think you've always been an optimist when it comes to the euro.
and in life in general.
In life in general.
Alas.
So you're seeing a glass half full on the euro. I see a half glass empty on the euro.
Positive person. But, no, that's not actually, I'm not quite sure why that is, but I sort of get the feeling that people are too short of this market.
Right.
So therefore, it's going to try and take these people out. I mean, really, this move here that we've had, most people weren't looking for that. They're probably looking for that and then back down again. So by now, a lot of people already have thought, Greece is a disaster, the world is a disaster. They're looking for parity should already have happened by now. So this 113, 114 will be causing a lot of pain to people. And I think it's worth just seeing whether we can hold this level here around 111.
I'm glad you mentioned that point here. I'm glad you mentioned that point about the, because you said that some people were expecting that level at 1.08 to be. Yeah,
that should have been enough, and then back down.
Exactly.
Just a bit like this sort of move here.
All I was going to say was that our premium members at Leading Trader, we actually told them that not to short the euro because the volume, there was above average volume on that. On the euro at that point. So we actually were expecting the euro to break resistance and go higher from that point. But coming now to this resistance level, again, let's wait and see what happens. But I'm shorting at 1.15 to 1.16. I do see your point, though, Zach. I think I do agree with you. One thing is that the markets always like to punish people who think this is easy. I'm going to stick with my guns on this one. I think those are formidable resistance levels, and let's just see what happens.
Alessia Rustani, independent market trader, leadingtrader.com. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks again.